Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Schlage number 10-001 inch and 3/4 626 satin chrome T-strike with box square corner dust box is what it should read. Okay. Now, in short parlance, this is a T-strike. We call it a T-strike because of the fact that it looks like the letter T. It is incredibly common, T-strikes are. Well, they were far more common in the 1960s in terms of new construction. You'd always get a T-strike sort of installation. Full lip strikes were not very common then, but a 2 3/4 tall T-strike was very common and still is today. There is going to be lots of locks that you're really only going to get a T-strike with. As standard. A full lip strike, or what we'd call a D strike, would be atypical with higher end or heavy duty type locks. Now, where would you need a T strike? Would be everywhere. A wood frame application, hollow metal jams as well. There are here in Chicago on the lakefront. There's lots of 10, 20, 30, 40 story buildings that are full of steel frames from the 1960s and 70s, and all of those frames have T-strike preparations. Now, what makes this different? Well, it's the lip length, the 1/3/4 in the part number. Inch and 3/4 is what that stands for. Now, the overall width of the strike is about 2 5/16, but what we're measuring is the center line of the hole to the edge of the lip of the strike. And this constitutes a strike that's about 1/2 of an inch greater lip length than standard. 1 1/4, 1 5/16, 1 3/16 for a lip length from the center line of the screw hole to the edge is typical and common. Okay, you're going to see that all the time. But if you need about 1/2 an inch, because you might have an unusual casing condition, a back band, or brick mold, or a condition where the wall returns back to the face of the frame and you've made the frame all but disappear inside of the wall construction, you might simply need an extended lip strike. Or if you have built some custom cabinetry, like in a kitchen where everything matches, the paneling that's been done to the face of the appliances, the walls, the doors, that sort of circumstance can cause a requirement for that as well. Okay. Schlage makes these available in the 1 1/8 length, and then of course longer lengths as well. We're going to help technically with lots of different lengths. Schlage will absolutely manufacture the strike for you in any length that you really need. 1 3/4 is common. 2 inches common as well. 1 1/2 is common. You might need just a little more room because that latch bolt obviously is making premature contact with the face of the strike, and that's where the trouble comes in. This is the 626 finish. That's just really a reference to satin chrome. It is a brass-based strike with a satin chrome finish, is what this is. One nice circumstance of this, buying it from Schlage, is you're going to get the dust box as well. You may not need that, you might need it, but a dust box is obviously installed behind the strike, like that. Then of course your 2 screws will run through the strike, which are included. They're a combination thread, wood and machine thread, so they'll work with complete success regardless of the base material to close off your look. You don't want to see the inside drilled, chopped, chiseled portion of the wood frame, and you want to be able to keep any particulate inside of the frame and not have it come through the hole in your strike. So you will be getting a dust-proof strike with that as well. Very common item, obviously available in all of the finishes that you can order strikes in or locks in. Well, not all of them. If you're going to do a polished chrome or a satin chrome, you're going to get this strike. It'll have available an oil rub bronze, a satin bronze, a polished brass. Strikes that are complementary with the lock is the range of finishes that they will make those available in. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all the Schlage products that we sell, but of course a link to the manufacturer's website along with a link to the full product catalog. I'm partial to Schlage, and it's because, well, here in Chicago they have deep market penetration. They're everywhere. And as a result of selling locks for 2+ decades, you become familiar with the local species, and Schlage is certainly that name. I'm also partial not only because of familiarity, but because it's a very high quality product. Personally, it's the lock that I would choose to use on my own home sort of scenario. If you have any questions on the Schlage 10-001 inch and 3/4 lip length 626 T-strike or any other Schlage product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.